So guys, we're going to learn the Nmap and Wireshark in here, and this will be from all beginning to advanced. So into this Nmap and Wireshark part, there will be two separated section. Like first section, we're going to learn the complete Nmap course, which will be from beginner to advanced, and then into this second session, we're going to learn the complete Wireshark course, which will be from beginner to advanced. So into this Nmap course, we're going to first learn about the basic of Nmap, with how we can install Nmap, how we can use it, how we can initialize, how we can filter out, so etc. Then we're going to learn about the firewall, IDS evasion, then spoofing, all of those using Nmap. Then after that, we're going to learn about the Nmap output and all of those extras that we need to know. And then we're going to learn about the Nmap, which is a part of the Nmap, so it will be full completed part. And into this Wireshark part, we're going to first learn about the basics of Wireshark, like how you can install the Wireshark in different operating system like Windows, Kali Linux, or any Linux distributor, then Mac OS X, etc. So how you can install, and then how you can use Wireshark in like graphical user interface, then or command line interface. Then after that, the basic part of Wireshark, then we're going to move and we're going to learn about the interaction between the Wireshark and Nmap. So then into this interaction part, we will be learn about how you can gather traffic using both Wireshark and Nmap and then you can just filter out the different protocol like that you need to know, or you can just filter out ICMP or HTTP, all of those filters using both Wireshark graphical user interface and Nmap command line interface. So we're going to learn about those interaction into this Wireshark course. So that's all. It is a bonus course, so that's all you're gonna learn about from complete to beginning about the Nmap and Wireshark. In this lecture, we'll be talking about setting up, like downloading and install Nmap both on Windows and Linux. So I'll be using Linux as my virtual machine, but first let's talk about Windows, how you can download and install Nmap on Windows. So simple, just search Nmap, go to this website. So this is our Nmap official website. So you can have like discovery, Nmap, all of those updates and news. Then go to download, and you can choose any binaries for any version that you use, like Microsoft Windows, Linux, RPM, Mac OS binaries. So as you can see, source code, other operating system like Linux and all of those. So as I am using Windows, so let's download Nmap. So let's download in desktop. So let's pause and download complete. So I'll be back. So download is complete. So let's install the Nmap. So double click the installation file. It's a pretty simple process. Check for newer updates. So let's check. So click next, install on the default directory. I agree. Install npcap, install. So you have to also install some separate tools to work there so that the Nmap works on Windows. Click next, finish, next. So as you can see, this is our Nmap graphical user interface. So you can use target computer or target host. You can use any command in here. It's not like a command that we use on Linux. is mostly a graphical user interface for Nmap. So as you can see, you can have like ports, topology, host detail, scan. So use target 192.168.1.1. So let's use quick scan. As you can see, it will give a result similar like this. So you can use certain comments. So all of those comments are in here. So as you can see, you can use intense scan, quick scan, regular scan, quick scan plus. So let's use all TCP ports scan. So simply just what you have to do is use a profile that is pre-built in, or you can use comments separately in here. So as you can see, you can use separate comments in here. So what you have to do is simply just click scan, and as you can see, it will give so it is running. So this is the icon that you can see is it is ongoing. So when it will stop and it will end all those scan. So as I have said, it's intense scan all TCP port, so it will take some time to complete all the scans. So as you can see, it's done. So now we can see what we received. So as you can see, we have like authorization in here, which is our config for TP router. Then we have like ports. You can see ports in here. We can see the topology. So you can see host details in here. As you can see, we have used Linux, and we have used, so in here you can have like save ports. So you can choose any other target if you want. Just simply type or change your target. You can choose any scan, like let's type ping scan. So it's a simple ping scan on this target. So let's change our target to 0.1. I cannot. I cannot click. So that's how you use Nmap on Windows. So let's now close and open our Linux or Kali Linux to show you the installation process on Kali Linux machine. So even though most of the Linux distributor has Nmap pre-installed, but if you don't have is pre-installed, you can simply just install Nmap using a simple command. I will show you that, but it's better to use Kali Linux because Kali Linux has all of those pre-installed. You can use other Linux distributor, but most of them may not have Nmap pre-installed. So it's better to use Kali Linux because Kali Linux is the best operating system for penetration testing purpose. So let's just open our terminal. So let's just type apt get install nmap. So what this will do is it will automatically install all of those nmap in here. As you can see, I already have installed nmap, that's why I didn't even update or newly installed. So simply type nmap to use Nmap's command interface, but if you want to use Nmap's graphical user interface, so simply type Nmap So as you can see, you can have all of those scans options in here. So that's it. That's the pretty much the simple process of downloading and installing Nmap on both Windows and Linux. You can do the same way both for your other operating systems if you use other like Mac or any Linux or Ubuntu. Process is simply the same. Just type install Nmap on your Ubuntu or any Linux distributor, it will simply install Nmap.